Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Buddhist Temple, Windward Buddhist Temple's virtual Dharma service. This morning, in addition to the special Dana Day service, we will be remembering all of our pets who have passed away. I will ring the bell each time a name is read during the service. And then we will, after all the names have been read, we will go immediately to the chanting of the Sutra Sanbutsuge. This is found on page 46. We will begin today's service with the chanting of Vandana and Ti-Sarana. This is found on page 7 of the Red Service book. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to him, the exalted one, the enlightened one, the supremely awakened one. Buddham saranam gacchami, Dhammam saranam gacchami, Sangham saranam gacchami. I go to the Buddha for guidance. I go to the Dharma for guidance. I go to the Sangha for guidance. Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda, Namanda, Namanda. Natsu, pet of Mei Yamamoto. Momo-chan, pet of Gail Yamamoto. Sparky, Yamamoto family's pet. Orono, Raven, and Violet Rose, Victoria Leo's pet. Snorri, Victoria Leo's pet. Coconut, pet of Tashiro family. Missy, Tashiro's family pet. Thumper, Miyamoto's family pet. Tofu, Miyamoto's family pet. Laddie, pet of Yanagisawa family. Namando, 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 namando. 고갱이 이직무곡 요새애며 무효도샤 니시간만이 주고행요 ai신옴배 연약주목 묘가요행 조세무링 조각나용 고르지보 가이몽쇼징 삼마이지에 이도금의료 쇼쇼개의 진다이센냉 쇼분호가이 거징징노 그거가이다이 무묘요근의 세성요무 닌노시시 인도금의료 그건고나이 지혜징묘 고묘이소 신노나이생 강아sam은 사이쇼호 간호쇼지 미프게닷 버세조이 가이닝쇼징 요새 삼마이 지혜이조 오세이 도금ët 불교시강 일사이 그그 이사나양 제시음은 약센 녹음한 무료다이쇼 신여고자 의요이사이 지도쇼는 근여근호 겐쇼 흑약 인여고자 쇼분세가이 무브가게 무슈선노 고묘시쇼 헨시쇼곡 묘세쇼징 이징난교 료가사붓 고구도다이시 고슈기묘 노조조셋 고근요나용 니무도소 가도 아이밍도단이사이 지뽀라이쇼 신능쇼조 귀도 각곡 대락완농 고분식묘 생아싱쇼 옷강노희 리키쇼쇼요 기뽀세송 지혜무게 조려시송 지가신교 계려신시 조그도 근주 가교쇼진 닌주프케 Will you please join with me in reciting the Golden Chain of Love? I am a link in Amida Buddha's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I must keep my link bright and strong. I will try to be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will try to think pure and beautiful thoughts, to say pure and beautiful words, and to do pure and beautiful deeds, knowing that on what I do now depends not only on my happiness or unhappiness, but also that of others. May every link in Abhida's golden chain of love be bright and strong, and may we all attain spiritual peace. Namo Amida Butsu. Namandavus. Namandavus. Well, good morning once again, and welcome to our virtual Dana Day service and a memorial observance of our beloved pets. Let's put our hands together in kansho as we read the words of the Reverend Chikai Yoshimori. Service to others is faith in action. The act of dana is part of our life, and in Jodo Shinshu, it is to place oneself in the position of another and to give service with joy and gratitude. This is the person of Shinjing. Your suffering is my suffering, and your happiness is my happiness, for it is the nature of Buddhahood to be compassionate. Namo Amida Butsu. Well, throughout the Hongwanji world, at this time of the year, we are, as you know, observing Dana Day. Dana, one of the six paramitas, or pathway to enlightenment, is one of the most important practices in Buddhism. Well, what is dana after all? Well, the short answer is that it means to share and give whatever we think that we possess. Dana can be done by material, time, space, knowledge, energy, or information, fearlessness. Dharma, a skill, a smile, kind words, and much, much more. All what we think that we possess can be the object of dana. You know, it gives us positive energy. Whatever we give, the action of giving always produces this positive energy. Let me give you a small example. Let's say you go to the store and a salesperson spends extra time to find something pretty for you, like say a scarf. At the moment the customer takes the scarf, this salesperson feels this positive energy, though she is not giving it to the customer for free, but it is because of her giving of extra time. In Japan, if you go to a large department store and ask for a certain item to purchase, and if the store didn't carry that item, and if she knew that it was being sold at the store across the street, she will walk out with you and actually point to that particular store for you. I know because I had that experience. So why does the action of dana give pleasure and positive energy? Dana is giving up the possession of the mind, not from the object, the place, or the matter. When you let go or give something with a genuine mind, it necessarily gives you positive energy. This is the effect of genuine giving. That is how dana affects and works. When you have a backpack on your shoulder, for example, when you let it down, well, you feel relieved. This is the effect of letting it down. It is not I who produces the positive energy or reduces greed and attachment, but the power of dana itself. It is because dana is a tool that is designed and programmed by the Buddha to promote this positive energy and reduce self-centeredness. All other Buddhist practices are also tools that are programmed this way by the Buddha. It is the nature of dana that gives this positive energy. Dana gives happiness, and that is the way it is. Shinran Shonin called this power dharmata, or the way it is. Dana is an important concept, but it is also one of the most misused and abused concepts as well. Dana is not just giving money. Many times when we mention the word dana, and the membership thinks, oh, they're going to ask for money again. Well, that isn't the way it's supposed to be. It could be referred to any gift. A gift of a smile, or kind word or act, and much more. These are the kinds of gifts that we're recognizing today. Rather than money, we talked about acts and kind words. The important aspect of dana is really not so much what is given or how much is given, but how it's given. Here's a story that you may have heard in the past. It is a story about a woman named Nanda. Nanda was a beggar woman who barely had enough money to feed herself. But she was also very kind and had a deep belief in the teachings of the Buddha and followed him whenever she could to listen to his messages. And she would always want to make a donation of something, but she really didn't have the means to do this. One day she was able to find a part-time job doing various chores, and so she was able to get a few cents. Rather than buying the food that she wanted, she bought oil to donate to the Buddha for these lamps that were going to be lit. And because of this donation that she was able to give, but because she had a little bit of these funds, so she tried to get the best oil that she could. So it was very little oil that she bought, and people were thinking, well, this isn't going to last very long. But that night when they lit the lamps, some of them were blown out by the wind or went out throughout the night. However, Nanda's lamp kept on burning, even though the lamp only had a little bit of oil in it. The following morning, one of the disciples came out to collect all the lamps, and lo and behold, Nanda's lamp was still burning. He tried to put it out, but it just wouldn't go out. Then Shakyamuni Buddha told the disciple that no matter how hard he tried, He was never going to put it out because it was a pure gift, a truly pure gift. This story shows the importance of the purity of the act of giving. But some of the implications here are overlooked. It shows not only what dana is, but it also shows what dana is not. We talk about Nanda's oil and the pennies that she was able to save in order to buy the oil and to make this donation. But how many people remember who made the biggest donation? How many people remember how many lamps a certain person had given? We don't remember any of those things. The part that is remembered is that she gave this gift out of the purity of her heart. This shows that this was the issue from the beginning. It's not how much, but the intent and how pure your intentions are when these things are given. People give gifts and things as business transactions and will consider it as a material gain or stature or recognition. Well, this isn't really giving in the pure sense, is it? It's not that it is wrong, and we all do this. And we ask, what am I going to get out of this? Of what benefit it is to me? We all think this way. This is not wrong, but it's not dana. It may not be a financial gain or anything tangible, but it's done with the intent to gain a benefit. It's a business transaction. The purity of Nanda's gift was that it was the manifestation of her appreciation of the teachings. In many of the sutras, like in the Amida Sutra, the Amida Kyo, it talks about the features of the Pure Land being manifestations of merit. This is a difficult concept to grasp at first, but it is saying that because of the feelings of the teachings, the features of the Pure Land comes out. On the altar, there are manifestations of merit. First of all, the artisans who made these things, because of their feelings toward the teachings, they found scenes that they liked and tried to make it as nice as they could to depict the scenes of the Pure Land. The people who purchased these items, because of their feelings for the teachings, wanted to make the temple to look as nice as they could. So all these are manifestations of merit. Nanda's act was a manifestation of the merit of the teachings that she was so grateful to have been able to encounter. She was able to meet the Shakyamuni Buddha. She was able to hear his teachings, and she wanted to show how she felt in the best way that she could. And that was to purchase a little bit of oil. So in a sense then, the manifestations of the teachings to her act are still burning, even 2,600 years later. We are still talking about it, and so it is still guiding our way. So it continues to burn, showing us the way to dana in the darkest and the stormiest of times, that no matter how bad things may get, these acts are still possible. So it is showing us the real power of selfless giving, and that it can continue on no matter how small an act may seem. It's all important. And coming together, it helps our temple, our sangha, our community, and our world to become stronger with each and every act of dana. There are many, many acts of pure dana that we observe right here in Hawaii, in all of our temples. Here at our own temple, we see acts of dana when members come to spruce up the temple grounds, mowing, raking, and cleaning up after what mess had been made by the neighborhood chickens. They are perspiring, but they come out of the pure act of dana. Volunteers come to clean the temple and place fresh flowers on the altar. They do not expect anything in return. They do it because that is the way it is. They want to see a beautifully kept campus, and we are thankful for all that they do. See, the ladies come each Sunday, this is before the pandemic, of course, to help out during and after services, preparing and serving refreshments at virtually all the Sunday services. They're always there with a smile, ready to go and help us in our services there. They come and volunteer their time during the day and help out during the myriad of paperwork involved in the functioning of the temple. I cannot tell you or even begin to count the ways in which Dana is expressed. They do this without ever expecting a thank you. They are volunteers on committee assignments, hard at work, giving up their valuable time. We have someone here who uses his vacation time to record our weekly services during this pandemic. And so I laugh at myself whenever I see a license plate holder that says, "I'd rather be fishing." They should learn from you guys. These are only a very small example of Dana that is expressed here and at all temples and churches. We see this act of selfless giving in many other forms throughout the Buddhist community. For example, this happens when temple members give money to the temple. Yes, I did use the word money. But money is not evil in Buddhism. It represents an opportunity to use something wisely. Everything we have in the temple is the result of lay people sharing some of their income with the rest of us. That is why we have air conditioning in temples that need it. Someone gave so we could pay the electric bill. The same is for water and the lights. Even a minister's salary is a result of people practicing Dana. Every single thing, even the tax on the bulletin board is there because of Dana. Upon reflection, this could and should be the cause of great deal of humility and gratitude on our part. Finally, the teachings of Shinran Shonin asks us to make the final and ultimate Dana. That is, giving up of our self-powered religion and relying on the other power of the Bodhisattva's vow. And the Ryogemon, or the Creed, Renyo Shonin, calls us to cast off the self-power mind of varied practices and disciplines and entrust ourselves single-mindedly to Amida Buddha. This is the other power of Amida's compassion and wisdom pouring into the world of suffering humanity. Experiencing this is in a deeply personal way that strangely moves the heart. It is an important day. Important to recognize the contributions of all the people that make our Kyodang possible. The things that we see being done are only the tip of the iceberg. There are many, many things that we don't see being done for our temple and our ministers. So on this Dana Day observance, we thank each and every one of you for making the Hongwanji in Hawaii what it is today. Next week, we'll be observing Nirvana Day, commemorating the passing of the historical Buddha, Siddhartha Gautama, under the sala tree at Kushinagara in India. It has been said that he died surrounded by his disciples and many animals and celestial beings. At the Windward Buddhist Temple, we observe this day today as a memorial for our animal companions. Pets are Buddhas and Bodhisattvas because they teach us the Six Paramitas, but especially selfless giving. They teach us unconditional love and giving selflessly and are non-judgmental. They don't care how rich or poor or what type of job a person has or their status. They also teach us about impermanence, and often a pet's death is the first experience that we as children encounter with mortality. It's amazing what pets can teach us, someone said. It's more than what we can teach them. So we thank all the pets that come across in our life, from early childhood to adulthood, for teaching us so many of life's lessons and how to live a better life. Now, thank you all for listening. Thank you once again for giving me the opportunity to visit with you. Now, will you join me by putting your hands together in reverence as I read these words? Loving words will cost but little, journeying up the hill of life, but they make the weak and weary stronger, braver for the strife. So as up life's hill we journey, let us scatter all the way kindly words to be a sunshine in a dark and cloudy day. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. We will conclude today's service with the Gatha, a Lotus pure, followed by the Nembutsu. Namo Amida, Namo Amida, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida, Namo Amida Butsu. May all beings become messengers of peace in times of chaos and conflict. May they become the calm voice of reason in times of anguish and anger. Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you very much for joining with us in this service this morning. Please join with us again next week if you're able to. We have a very special speaker, Dr. George Tanabe. Thank you. In the meantime, be safe.